Okay, guys, look. Recently, I ran across a video of Dave Ramsey talking about tax lien investing, and I am surprised at how much of wrong and incorrect information that he's here providing. He's given to his this caller, and I know he's in the financial space, debt-free real estate, which is tax liens and tax deeds all day long, right? But the amount of wrong information that he's given is crazy, because he's in the real estate field as well, right? But so we're gonna go through this video, and each time Mr. Ramsey gives some incorrect information, I'm gonna butt on in. I'm gonna come on in. I'm gonna pop up, okay? And let's just count how many times Mr. Ramsey gives this caller the incorrect and absolute wrong information. Let's go.
Have a very close son of mine who has done a lot of good work as an electrician, doesn't have a lot of debt, but he is asking about tax lien investing. I guess his goal is obviously to make some more money, but also to get into real estate, I guess a little easier in a way. But I just kind of wanted to know your take on tax lien investment.
Okay. He's asking you about it?
Well, so he's telling me what he's thinking about doing.
Okay.
How old is he?
He's 24.
Okay. All right. This falls in, I can explain to you what it is and how it works, and I'm happy to do that especially for the benefit of our audience. But let me tell you where he found it. He found it on TikTok with the get rich quick, easy, nothing down real estate people. Okay.
Probably.
That's where he found it. Because that's the only place anybody talks about this subject.
And they do it to get clicks and views because it sounds amazing and it sounds too good to be true.
Or buy their course for $3,000 on how to get rich buying foreclosure real estate and doing tax liens. Okay?
First and foremost, I don't know why Mr. Ramsey is speaking so negatively about TikTok, first of all, because he's on TikTok as well. And we speak about this on all platforms, but he mentioned something about get rich quick, no money down. No, everyone who invests in tax liens and tax deeds understand it's not a get rich quick type of situation that you're investing in, especially when we're speaking about tax liens. It's a redemption period that's involved. And some states have 1 year, some states have 2 years, others have 3, and some even have 4. You understand? So that is what it's not, is get rich quick, because tax lien and tax deed investing is not get rich quick. Also, he said no money down. No, you have to purchase your lien or your deed. You have to pay for that. And so with the whole no money down thing, I'm thinking he's talking about like wholesaling or something, but no, he is incorrect about that. That is not tax lien investing. And he also mentioned, the other guy mentioned about to get clicks and views. No, we actually getting you real estate or making money. That's what this is for. Clicks and views is not actually investing in tax liens, okay? So Mr. Ramsey is already starting out with wrong, misleading, and incorrect information, but let's continue.
Can you buy a piece of real estate at foreclosure at a bargain? Yes. I used to do it for a living in my 20s. And I bought a lot of real estate since then that was distressed in one way or another at a deal. It is, however, one property out of 200. We consider 200 properties to buy one. Okay? It's not like I walked out my back door and the sun came out and I looked over there and there was a foreclosure and I bought it. It is actual hard work, expertise, needle in a haystack. Okay?
Okay. Now he's saying that he's purchased, you only can find 1 out of 200. That is inaccurate as well. In 2023, we had over $41 billion in unpaid property taxes because state statutes say basically purchase someone's lien, that is their debt, and you make money off of their debt, off of that particular tax lien certificate. So they're not 1 in 200, they're hundreds and thousands of liens and tax deeds that become available for purchase all across the United States each and every year, every month, and even in some states every week. You understand what I'm saying? So when he say he walk out his backyard, yes, walking out of your backyard, you can actually invest in tax liens. There are situations that's going on right now today where people cannot pay their property taxes. So as an investor, this is the opportunity for you to either make money or to acquire the property altogether. So no, it's not 1 out of 200. It's over 3,000 counties each and every year, month, and week selling tax liens and or tax deeds in order for you, the investor, to make money. So that is incorrect as well. But let's continue.
Can you buy tax liens and turn them into real estate and into profit? Yes. The likelihood of your 24-year-old doing it is really close to zero. It's really complicated. It only works in a couple of states. Here's the way it works. Some states will sell, if someone's behind on their property taxes, the state or the municipality, the local village or city takes a lien on the property for back property taxes. They sell that to someone in some states. My state, they do not do that. You can't buy tax liens in Tennessee, okay? But so if I lived in Tennessee, I'd have to be buying them somewhere other than where I live. Problem number one.
Okay, y'all, here we go with some more incorrect information. So I had to get pen and paper because Mr. Ramsey is on one. Okay, so he was saying basically 0% of the time that this young man would actually make money investing in tax liens. And that is very incorrect and wrong information, because once this young man started investing his money, his funds into tax liens, depending on the state that he's investing in, he's going to get anywhere from 12 to 18 to 25% return on his investment. And we're talking per year, and sometimes within 6 months. You understand what I'm saying? So that is definitely incorrect. And then he said only a couple of states do tax liens. No, to be exact, it's 24 states that hold tax lien sales. Okay? It's not just a couple of states, it's 24 states. Also, the only reason why this is complicated is because you're uneducated. Once you start getting into this particular field of business or this field of investing, you feel me? You have to become educated and knowledgeable about what you're investing in. So the moment you get that education and knowledge, it is no longer complicated. And if you feel it's complicated, it's because you haven't educated yourself enough. So this is for you who are intending to invest in tax liens, okay? Also, David said himself, he lives in the state of Tennessee. And he's correct about a piece of that. It's the fact that Tennessee does not sell tax liens. They do not, but they do sell redeemable deeds. And if the property owner redeems, he gets 12% interest on the money that he paid within a year, with the year redemption period. Look at that. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So within the year, you're getting 12% return on your investment that Wells Fargo isn't going to give you, nor Bank of America, Navy Federal, Chase, none of them. You understand? So once again, Mr. Ramsey is giving out very incorrect and wrong information, but let's continue.
Problem number two is you're buying a tax lien. Okay, now let's say that you foreclosed on the tax lien and the people that own the property do not pay off the tax lien, and you end up with the property. The property is worth $250,000, and they have a $270,000 mortgage.
Okay.
You know what you got? Nothing, honey.
Right.
Nothing.
You don't.
You got a $250,000 property with a $270,000 lien on it. You don't want that. It has no value.
Right.
Okay?
Absolutely incorrect. Listen, guys. Listen. With tax liens, there's a redemption period. Depending on the state. I just told y'all, it's 24 states, right? Some of them have redemption periods that's less than a year. Some have a year, 2 years, 3 years, whichever one you're investing in. During that redemption period, which is that 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, during that redemption period, each and every entity that have a vested interest in that particular property has the right to redeem it from the tax lien certificate holder. That's talking about not only the property owner, we're also talking about the mortgage company. We're talking about your homeowners association or anyone else that has a vested interest in that particular property. Which means once that redemption period is over and none of these entities has came to reclaim their interest, redeem their property, after the tax lien certificate holder forecloses, the property is theirs. The mortgage company can't come back and say, "Hey, you owe me $270,000." No, you did not redeem this lien from me during the time that's allotted for you, which is the redemption period. After you foreclosed on that property, after the redemption period has passed, you foreclose on that property, no one can come back and reclaim some money or reclaim the property from you. It's a done deal. Very incorrect information. It doesn't matter. The mortgage is now null and void because they did not exercise their right to redeem. Period. But let's continue.
So you would have to find a property tax lien that is delinquent on a property that actually has equity. Oh, now we've really made this difficult. Oh, and wait a minute. Almost all of these states with property tax liens have a 2-year or a 1-year right of redemption. Now let's take us a step further. You find a piece of property, needle in a haystack, that actually doesn't have a lien on it. Probably not in your state of Texas. I'm pretty sure Texas does not sell them.
Yeah, Texas doesn't sell tax liens. Texas sell redeemable deeds, just like the state of Tennessee does. And with Texas, for non-homesteaded property and vacant land, the redemption period is 6 months. And it's a 25% penalty on top of any funds that you paid to actually purchase that deed. You understand? So if the property owner exercises their right to redeem, you get your money back plus 25%. If they do not redeem, then you foreclose on the property. But let's continue.
And so then you've actually buy this $250,000 property. Maybe it's only got a $100,000 mortgage on it. Now you've got $150,000 in equity, but you got to pay the $100,000 mortgage to keep the property that you just became the owner of, or they'll foreclose on you.
No, like I told y'all, the mortgage, after you foreclose on it, the mortgage company cannot come back and say you owe us anything because they did not redeem the lien during the redemption period. So, let's continue.
Follow me?
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is a problem.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you become the owner of it, but the old guy that didn't pay his taxes has 1 year or 2 years to come back and redeem it by paying the taxes plus 10% or 15% interest. So you can do absolutely nothing with that property except pay this mortgage payment for the next 1.5 to 2 years, and you're 24 years old. This is suicide.
Y'all, let's continue.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Can it be done? Yeah, you need a real pile of money, a lot of patience, a lot of expertise, and the ability to do a lot of work to actually find this needle in a haystack. And so can you do it? I've actually bought 2 of these in my life. I've owned about 2,000 pieces of real estate in my life, and I have actually bought 2 of these. And as you can tell, I've done it. I know how it works. It's a freaking nightmare. I'm not buying one ever again.
Haven't done it since.
No, thank you. Too much trouble.
Okay, guys. It is a nightmare for him. I understand why it's a nightmare for him. He said he's purchased over 2,000 properties and he's only purchased tax liens twice. And I know why he's only purchased it twice, because he doesn't have a clue of what he's doing. He's not educated on the process. He feels that because he knows retail real estate, the regular traditional real estate market, that this particular market is easy peasy as well. And it's not, especially if you're not educated and knowledgeable on what you're doing when you're investing in tax liens. You understand? Of course, it's going to be a nightmare. And for him to be giving the y'all and I don't even know what to say. I am shocked at what he is saying because of the fact that he's given so much incorrect information. But on top of it, to me, for those of you who invest in tax liens and tax deeds, doesn't it seem like he's mingling mortgage foreclosures in with tax lien and tax deed investing? Like he's intermingled these apples and oranges together to try to make it one, and he just sounds like he's all over the place. It sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about. For those of us who know how to invest in tax liens and tax deeds, because he is talking about a little bit of mortgage foreclosures up in there, and he's using mortgage foreclosure verbiage as well. But it's unfortunate because Mr. Ramsey has a very large platform and people look to him for a lot of financial advice. And this advice that he's providing to this particular caller and to anyone else who's listening to this particular YouTube video he did 8 months ago is getting incorrect and very wrong information. But let's continue.
I did look it up, Dave.
Too much time frame. I hope I explained it well enough that it didn't sound like a barrel on a fish hooks, George.
So Texas has redeemable tax deeds. So it's different than, you're right, you can't buy tax liens, but you can get these redeemable tax deeds. And you're right, there's a redemption period. They can come back.
Okay, so
the
I was
house
wrong.
is probably in disrepair.
They do sell the deed then. Okay.
So it's a little, it's a little different.
See, look, Buddy, his buddy up there, he's actually looking up the information. And all you got to do is go to Google. The information is there, and he's actually giving Dave the correct information because he's correct. Like I told you guys, it's redeemable deeds, Texas and Tennessee. So Mr. Ramsey can invest in his state, not in tax liens, but in redeemable deeds. Come on, sidekick, let's educate the people and Mr. Ramsey.
But it does not clean the title, people. Meaning if there's a mortgage on it, it stays there. Property tax foreclosures in 0 states clean the title.
I told y'all already. The mortgage does not stay there. I've explained this. The mortgage does not stay there. If they do not exercise their right to redeem, including the mortgage company, they lose their right to the property as well, just like the property owner or anyone else that has a vested interest. The only thing that may stay with that particular property is HOA fees. Those be slipping through the crack in some of these states. And HOA fees are negotiable. You feel me? Also, municipal liens like trash pickup or forestry, if they had to cut your yard, code violations, demolitions, those things will stay, but a mortgage will not. Come on now, Mr. Ramsey. What we doing, sir? Let's continue, y'all.
If a first mortgage forecloses, the second and third mortgage are now wiped out. It cleans the title. You get a clean title. If you buy a foreclosure in a second mortgage position, you inherit the first mortgage. If you buy a property at a tax lien sale or create a tax lien sale, you inherit all the mortgages, including the IRS liens from the goober who also didn't pay his IRS taxes because he didn't pay his property taxes. You think these things might walk hand in hand? You can bet they do.
Like I said, he's intermingling mortgage foreclosures and tax lien sales. He's definitely confusing people, and it's unfortunate. Yeah. Let's continue.
I'm guessing the house could be in disrepair as well.
Yeah, I think.
On
Yeah,
top
we
of the
haven't
legal
paid any of our
complications.
taxes or our mortgages, and we're so far behind that. And then I'm going to sit there and maintain the house, pay all these bills for 2 years, and then he can come back and redeem the thing for 10 cents over what I paid for it. No, thank you.
And a small FYI, he's correct. IRS liens will stay with the property, but it's only from 90 to 120 days. Okay? Okay? Let's continue.
And if this was a money-making scheme, there's going to be banks, hedge fund managers, real estate investors with deep pockets going after these.
No,
So you've got some competition.
it's
Even then.
been going on for years. People, I will say again, it is possible to go down this rabbit hole and get out with a handful of money. But it's
Juice ain't worth the squeeze.
a
as they say.
24-year-old got on TikTok and thought he found a way to make easy money. And I'm just here to say, no. You'd be better off
Day,
delivering
look,
pizza.
just because someone knows about real estate does not mean that they are knowledgeable and educated about tax lien and tax deed investing, period. And this is very obvious. Now, tax lien and tax deed investing is the best entry level investment vehicles into real estate. We do it all the time, all over the United States, investing in tax liens and tax deeds. And in order to either make money or to acquire real estate, you have to start investing. And in order to start investing, you have to educate yourself and get knowledge about what you're actually investing in. And that's why I have Scale Your Ownership membership group. Come learn how to actually invest in tax liens and tax deeds. Stop watching these free YouTube videos with gurus and real estate professionals that's providing incorrect information. Because the consensus now is, well, I don't want to say that. I'm going to let Mr. Ramsey speak for himself. Mr. Ramsey, what do you know about tax lien and tax deed investing, sir?
Nothing, honey. Nothing.
Hey, he said it himself, y'all. Scale Your Ownership membership group. Join us so you can get yourself some real estate. Come on, let's scale.
Yeah. Building this work for my family. What better way than some property? Wanna get woke in some equity.